As the man shuts down the machine and prepares to clock out for the day, the chamber door suddenly gets jammed. Mike breaks protocol and enters the chamber anyway. Just as he moves the tray aside, the door automatically slams shut and the machine starts running on its own. Panicking, Mike desperately calls for help. After what feels like an eternity, the machine finishes its cycle and the door reopens. A barely conscious Mike is pulled out by a robot. Due to exposure to lethal radiation, his body will suffer severe organ failure, putting his life in constant danger. However, when the boss learns about the incident, he simply has his assistant give Mike a week's worth of painkillers before kicking him out of the factory. Unwilling to just lie down and die, Mike knows full well that only the medical pods on Elysium can save his life. With his buddy by his side, Mike seeks out the local crime boss, Carlisle, for help. He hopes to forge legitimate citizenship papers for Elysium and get smuggled onto the space station. In exchange, Carlisle needs Mike to pull off a job for him, robbing the data stored in a wealthy man's brain to crack his bank passwords and steal his fortune. Hearing this, Mike doesn't hesitate for a second. He already has the perfect target in mind. To help Mike pull this off, Carlisle immediately brings out an exoskeleton suit that can temporarily make Mike as strong as a robot. As Mike straps on the perfectly fitted exoskeleton, he feels his body surge with incredible power like never before. Meanwhile, the factory boss uploads some data into his brain, then boards a spacecraft under the protection of two robots, heading back to Elysium to continue living the good life. He has no idea he's already become Mike's target. Just as the ship takes off, Mike, who's been lying in wait, takes out the engine with a single shot. The spacecraft crashes on the outskirts of the city. Mike quickly drives to the crash site, planning to force open the door and steal the data. But the boss inside has already spotted them and immediately orders his robots to eliminate Mike and his crew. A robot emerges from the ship and hurls a grenade. Before Mike and his team can take cover, they're blown backward by the blast. The robot then turns its weapon on them, locking onto its targets. Mike responds by firing specialized rounds at the robot. The bullets explode right in front of it, blowing it to pieces. But there's another robot on the ship. Caught off guard, Mike immediately gets into a brutal fight with the machine. Against the all-metal robot, he's completely outmatched. In desperation, Mike seizes his chance, grabs the robot's head, and uses all his strength to rip it clean off. With the immediate threat handled, Mike quickly connects to the boss's brain to transfer the data. But his teammate spots military aircraft approaching in the distance. Just as the data transfer completes, Mike discovers that all his efforts have only netted him a bunch of scrambled code. With the aircraft closing in fast and no time to think, Mike has no choice but to make a run for it. This thrilling film is called Elysium.